Marine food webs. In any ecosystem, there are numerous feeding relationships between the living organisms. Energy is passed along the food chain each time one organism is eaten by the next. This is an example of a marine food chain. And just a reminder, the arrow points in the direction of the organism doing the eating. Think of it like the arrow is pointing in the direction of energy transfer. Most food chains exist within a more complex food web, where each organism eats and is eaten by a variety of other organisms. Food webs are organised into trophic levels. Organisms at each level are classified by what they eat or how they get their energy. The first level of the food web is made up of the producer organisms. These are called autotrophic organisms, meaning they are able to convert the energy from the sun into food energy through photosynthesis. Examples of autotrophic producer organisms are seaweed, which is an algae, seagrass, which is a plant, and phytoplankton. Seaweed, phytoplankton and plants contain cells called chloroplasts, which is where photosynthesis takes place. As a producer organism carries out photosynthesis, carbon dioxide, water and energy from the sun are used to make glucose for food, and oxygen is created as a byproduct. There are also a group of producers called chemosynthetic organisms that are able to synthesize their own food energy from breaking down chemical compounds. Examples can be found at great depths in the ocean near hydrothermal vents. The next level up from the producers are the first order consumers, which are herbivores, meaning that they don't eat meat. Consumer organisms are called heterotrophic because they cannot make their own energy. In a marine food web, some examples are zooplankton, which feed on phytoplankton, these periwinkle snails, which feed on algae, and sea urchins, which also feed on various kinds of algae. The next level up in the food web contains the second order consumers. These animals can be carnivorous and also omnivorous, meaning that they can eat meat as well as plants or algae. Many marine animals are also scavengers. Crabs and rock lobsters will often eat dead and decaying plants and algae. Small fish like these are also often omnivorous consumers. The third order consumers are animals that eat other carnivorous animals. Many pelagic or ocean swimming fish are in this group. It also includes the animals that are at the top of the food chain, sometimes called the apex predators. Examples of third order consumers are sharks and orcas or killer whales. Any animals that die before being eaten are often eaten by scavengers or detritivores. These animals are happy to eat dead and decaying plant and animal material. Examples are sandhoppers that eat decaying kelp, and sea cucumbers that burrow through sandy and muddy sediments. And finally we come to the decomposer organisms. In a marine food web, the decomposers are mostly bacteria that break down all the nutrients, ready for recycling back into the ecosystem. A trophic pyramid, or energy pyramid, is a way of showing the energy flow through an ecosystem. Pyramid representations can also be made for the actual number of organisms. A pyramid representation is used because the amount of biomass on the bottom level is very large in order to support the higher levels. Of the total energy coming into the system from the producers, only 10% of this energy is moved up to each level. The rest of the energy is lost to the system as the animals carry out their daily living activities, like moving, hunting, feeding, respiration, metabolism and reproduction. Detritivores get energy from already dead organisms, and the decomposers recycle the nutrients. In summary, producers bring energy into the ecosystem via photosynthesis. Consumer organisms can be herbivorous, omnivorous or carnivorous. Scavengers and detritivores eat dead and decaying algae, plants and animals, and decomposers recycle nutrients into the ecosystem. There are many feeding relationships such as predator-prey or parasite and host. Pyramids and diagrams can be used to represent energy and biomass at different trophic levels in marine food webs.